About a big-time Hollywood movie being filmed here at County Stadium.
Things were a little quieter at the ballpark today as these men checked it out for a movie they're making called Major League. The California filmmakers have a $10 million budget, and they say they are impressed with Milwaukee.
I like the look of the city. It's a beautiful city. I like the stadium. It fits a lot of the story elements of our script. And I like the cooperation we've received here. Everyone in the city has been very cooperative. The people in the Brewers have been very cooperative. And for us, it's just a matter of deciding which area we want to, which city we want to shoot in. We're looking at 3 or 4 different cities, and Milwaukee is certainly one of the top contenders.
They won't have their final decision for a while, but if they do it here, I think we got to get them a fish tie and some of those cheesehead hats.
Oh, I think they'll look marvelous.
California clothes don't make it here in Milwaukee.
Movie in Milwaukee. The motion picture will be called Major League, and it'll use County Stadium and other parts of the city to tell the story. All of this creating quite a stir because the economy will get a great shot in the arm. And that is the subject of our emphasis report today. Later on, we'll be talking live with the city's film industry liaison. But first, here's our emphasis report. News 4's Bill Taylor.
This familiar scene from the Blues Brothers movie shot in Milwaukee had the city excited in 1980. But Hollywood producer Irby Smith started some more excitement when he announced he plans to make an entire film in Milwaukee. It will be called Major League, and shooting starts July 25th. While other movies have been partially produced in our area, this will be the first full production in Milwaukee. The city is looking forward to this event because it's believed the production will cost about $10 million, and Hollywood is known to leave about 40% of the total budget in the city it uses for the movie. That means hotels, such as the Mark Plaza, which will be used as the movie crew headquarters, will get a boost in business.
John, I need 2 English prime ribs, both medium rare.
Restaurants and caterers can look forward to an increase in business from the movie production also. It doesn't seem to bother Milwaukeeans that Major League, a movie about the Cleveland Indians, will be shot here. Maybe they know there's going to be a need for some 30,000 extras, and everyone we talked with today wants to be in the act.
Maybe a chance for me.
What do you mean?
I'd like to be a movie star one day myself.
Just be in the movie, have a part.
You interested?
Yeah, it'd be great.
Would you like to be in the movie?
Sure would.
Why?
Because it would be kind of new career.
Stars born.
That's right.
When Rodney Dangerfield filmed Back to School in Madison, that movie company spent $300,000 locally in 10 days. If the Major League crew, which plans to be in Milwaukee a lot longer, spends the same way, the city will receive some Major League money. And this new film could persuade other Hollywood producers to come here too. Bill Taylor, News 4 Emphasis.
Let's continue our emphasis report now. Joining us live, the city's of Milwaukee's film industry liaison, Jan Pergoli. Jan, how'd this all come about?
Actually, I've been promoting the city now for a location for motion pictures for about 2.5 years, and Mr. Smith contacted me at the beginning of May and said that he was looking for a location for a motion picture and asked if I would send some information and photos on Milwaukee, which I did, and discussions and other things followed, and we met again, and after many visits and other discussions, here we are, making a movie in Milwaukee.
Is it pretty well solid now? He's not going to back out, is he?
No. It's going to be filmed in Milwaukee.
Good. How do I get a part?
Send a letter to me in care of the Department of City Development.
Is that I'm kidding, obviously, but is that what people should do who are watching here who want to be a part of this?
Absolutely. Until the production offices are set up, I'm encouraging people to send their letters and requests to me in care of the Department of City Development, and I will forward them to the people at the production offices.
Okay, now these are people who maybe even just want to be extras in all of this, be part of the crowd scenes and all, right?
Absolutely.
Have you had any calls today of people who want to get involved in this?
Several hundred.
I knew the answer to that before I asked you. What are people are really excited about it, aren't they?
They're so thrilled that it is happening here.
Are you, and you're telling them all the same thing, of course, just write a letter to you, huh?
Yes.
This will give quite an economic boost to the city. Is it true that about $4 million will be coming in to the city, do you think?
Absolutely. The producers have assured me that on the conservative side, about 40% of the total movie's budget will be left in the city in which it's filmed.
Okay, and I noticed the county executive's office issued a statement today saying if you have a need for a young, dashing county executive, they have a suggestion. Who do you imagine they got in mind?
I think we all know who that
I
is.
think you're right. All right, Jan, well, good luck in your in getting all these people together in the movie, and it's great news.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jan Pergoli of the Film Industry Liaison Office. We're going to be stars in the movies.
Hunt reports on Milwaukee's future stars in tonight's Sports Hunt.
You throw the ball, you hit the ball, you catch the ball.
They were looking for movie stars at Washington Park today, 40 or 50 guys to play big-time ball players in the movie Major League.
If they're looking for senior citizens, I got it locked. I'll tell you right now.
You just got to look good. You don't have to be good. You got to look good.
They don't have to be gorgeous. They don't have to be, you know, movie star-looking guys. I want real good ball players. It's all in their ability.
You'd expect some ability with all the bodies coming through. UWM coach Jim Burrian was joined by former Major Leaguer Kenny Keltner and other coaches to help evaluate the talent.
Well, I think there's a lot of guys that are living their boyhood dreams now and trying to maybe get that last chance. It may not be in the major leagues, but it'll be in the movie called Major Leagues.
Some found out early there was an advantage to dressing the part.
They're picking everybody with a uniform.
Did you get that, fella? Unfortunately, everyone couldn't be a star.
Okay, thanks very much for coming out.
Don't need that in our
That's it.
Don't call us, we'll call you. Boy, breaking into showbiz is rough.
You know, what really amazes me is how much some of these guys really do look like movie stars. You know, Clint Eastwood, Robert Redford.
John Travolta, one time.
Eddie Murphy. Mr. T.
Tom Selleck.
Gary Coleman.
Once I get in this movie, people are going to go, hey, I resemble Todd Schneider.
Hey, marker, take two.
Major League, starring Todd Schneider, coming soon to a theater near you.
You'll get your chance over the next few weeks. The producers of the movie Major League begin filming July 25th. The movie, of course, based on a professional baseball team that ends up winning the American League pennant. Filming will go on at County Stadium until late September. Now, the producers are inviting a mere 84,000 Milwaukeeans to be part of this movie.
We need to transform this empty stadium into one that is populated with good old-fashioned Milwaukee baseball fans.
Beginning next Monday, interested baseball fans can call 799-1000 to offer their services. The film stars Charlie Sheen and Tom Berenger. It's scheduled to be released next summer. And we should mention, I don't think you get paid for doing that.
Probably not. 84,000. You suppose we got a shot at one of those jobs?
Right, for the movie Major League, starring Charlie Sheen and Tom Berenger, the cast and crew arrived in Milwaukee today and set up offices at the Mark Plaza Hotel. They say they couldn't be happier about making the movie in Milwaukee. Producer Irby Smith has still got room for the local folks to get involved.
We have room for 1,000 to 2,000 for tomorrow, and then there are many dates down the line in which we need plenty of people yet. So I think there's plenty of chance for people to come out and have fun with us.
Shooting begins tomorrow night at 9 p.m. and Smith says people can just show up at the stadium around 8:30 if they want to be part of the action.
I think you can see over my left shoulder here that the scoreboard says Cleveland Municipal Stadium. No sign of County Stadium on the scoreboard right now, except that you can perhaps see the WTMJ Channel 4 sign. That could be a giveaway for some people. I'll take you on a trip of the newly renovated Municipal Stadium. First sign that you're not in Milwaukee anymore is this teepee erected in the bleachers last night. They started putting this up late Sunday afternoon. And then now the green mats along the outfield wall are now Brewer blue. And you'll see many team insignias from all over the American League along the outfield wall, too. Word has it that Brewer management kind of likes this Brewer blue out here replacing the Packer green. Maybe it'll stay. This is the Cleveland owner's box. I'm not familiar with the real Cleveland owner's box, so I'm not sure how authentic that looks, but I'll have to take their word for it. 7,000 people are scheduled to arrive here beginning at 7:30. Shooting begins at 8:30. And for the record, this game is between the Cleveland Indians and the New York Yankees. One thing we should tell people, if you want to show up for the game tonight, you do need a reservation. You can't just show up and get in. John?
Yeah, there's a number that they have to call. I assume people have to call that special number that has been on television frequently?
799-1000. That's the WTMJ Major League Hotline.
That's interesting. I didn't notice that when I first started to talk to you, and then I see that it does say Cleveland Municipal Stadium. I guess I was all confused there. Okay, thanks a lot, Betsy. Appreciate it. Elizabeth Kay out at
Cleveland Municipal Stadium in the heart of downtown Milwaukee.
This teepee at County Stadium.
News station. News for Milwaukee at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Goucher.
And I'm Mike Jacobs. Shouts of play ball will be replaced by shouts of lights, camera, action at County Stadium tonight. Filming begins for the movie Major League. And News 4's Elizabeth Kay joins us live from what is now known as Cleveland Municipal Stadium. Elizabeth?
That's right, Mike. We certainly are in Cleveland now. The transformation from County Stadium to Municipal Stadium began last night, right as the Brewer game ended. This will be the first night of 22 evenings of filming here. In a little while, about an hour and a half, about 7,000 fans, or extras as they're known, will begin showing up. And I think when they arrive, they'll be very amused to see what they find here. Welcome to Cleveland Municipal Stadium, where the Cleveland City flag proudly waves. The scoreboard makes it clear this is Cleveland. So does this teepee. But closer scrutiny shows the green outfield mats have been replaced by blue ones with American League logos. Not a bad transformation job in just 12 hours. Only one thing may annoy Brewer fans, though, and that's seeing the home team dugout labeled Cleveland. Well, with all the work it took to transform this into Municipal Stadium, you have to wonder whether it would have been easier for them to retry-type the script and make the whole movie set in Milwaukee. Anyway, it will be very much like a real game tonight. I'm told the concession stands will be open with one exception, no beer or wine served tonight because this crowd has a job to do. Mike?
All right, Elizabeth, thanks a lot. Elizabeth Kay joining us live from Municipal Stadium, not County Stadium.
Right. And if you'd like to be an extra in the movie Major League, here is how you can do it. They already have enough volunteers for tonight and for tomorrow night, but they need 500 people for filming Wednesday night at 8:30. They do have enough people for Thursday night, but they need 10,000 people Friday night and 15,000 people Saturday night. If you'd like to be a part of the movie at County Stadium, you must call the WTMJ hotline at 799.
Production offices at the Mark Plaza. More offices have been set up at an old bus barn at 40th and Bleat. Here, extras are called and confirmed, and props are made. Now, about 7,000 people are expected to fill the stands here tonight. They'll show up in a couple hours. And although, even if you didn't sign up, there's a chance you could still get in. You could just show up at the gates.
Myra, you've been out there for several hours. Have you seen any movie stars yet?
Well, not out here, but I'll tell you a secret. At the Mark Plaza, I did run into Corbin Berenson of L.A. Law, and I said hi to him.
Did you say hi for me, too? Well,
yes, I did.
Thanks, Myra.
Taking their cues to cheer, right on schedule. For the most part, though, there hasn't been a lot of work for them. Things go very slowly when you're shooting a movie. For the most part, it's been a lot of hurry up and wait. The 7,000 extras arrived on cue tonight, looking forward to a special evening.
I thought it'd be real exciting to be, just sit in the audience of, in a movie.
I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think there'll probably be a lot of stopping and starting and maybe a lot of long waits, but I think all in all it should be a lot of fun.
As fans found their seats, the infield filled up with things you don't normally see here. Giant scrims to diffuse the lighting, microphones that look like mops, new animation on the scoreboard. But these extras came here to work, and they finally had a chance to show their stuff when it came time to rehearse the first shot, the Cleveland Indians taking to the field. You can hear them rehearsing the same shot right now. This may be the actual take, I'm not sure. This is the first night of shooting of 22 nights scheduled here. They are going for realism since this scene that they're shooting tonight is supposed to be the pennant race between the Indians and the Yankees. There are actors dressed as police officers scattered throughout the infield. There are also beer vendors making their way through the aisles, but they are selling empty cups. John and Melody?
And they're still getting a lot of response from the crowd.
Absolutely.
Okay,
That crowd is ready.
That's EK out at the stadium. Well,
It is hoped the movie Major League will bring some $4 million and a lot of summer jobs to the Milwaukee economy. The economic impact of the film is the subject of our focus for tonight with News 4's John Hoylman.
Hotels, restaurants, car rentals, construction crews, phones, communication systems.
Just a few of the things the producers of Major League will be spending money on while filming in Milwaukee during the next 2 months. The movie makers are also hiring a lot of Milwaukeeans, like Linda Thomas. She just graduated from Marquette University and is now operating a computer for Major League.
I knew that they were in town. I sent in a resume and said,
Do you need any help? I just graduated a communications degree and doing absolutely nothing for the summer if you need me. I've got, you know, secretarial skills and stuff.
Thomas plans to work on the film until shooting ends in October. So does Mike Walzak, who put his private business on hold for the summer so he could get a taste of Hollywood.
I assist the casting director, Lisa Beasley, and try to help her in any way I can.
The movie is also providing some highly skilled construction jobs. Workers changing the outfield fence at County Stadium from green to blue, building a teepee in the left field bleachers, making the stadium look like Municipal Stadium in Cleveland. Local officials would prefer that the movie be about the Brewers instead of the Indians, but even if it can't be about Milwaukee, they're glad it's being shot in Milwaukee.
Well, the producers told us they had a budget of $10 million, and the rule of thumb is that 40% of that, or $4 million, will go into the local economy. So we're looking at them spending $4 million between now and August 1st here in Milwaukee.
And thanks to the movie, this old vacant building is being put to use. It's the old maintenance barn for the Milwaukee County Transit System, and it's currently housing casting and wardrobe offices. It will also be used as a soundstage. This old bus barn could end up playing a key role in Milwaukee's filmmaking future. That's because there's been some talk about a film company actually buying this vacant building and turning it into a permanent soundstage. If that were to happen, Milwaukee would have an advantage over other communities in attracting movies. Mick Pavlovich can tell there's a movie being made in town. Pavlovich runs Stadium Sports Stuff at 52nd and Blue Mound.
Well, we're getting a lot more people coming in, picking up caps and T-shirts and jerseys, and we sell, you know, a couple different types of Indians jerseys. We've got the authentic, the one that the players wear, the authentic caps, and I've noticed within the last week or so a lot more people coming in buying the Indian stuff.
Pavlovich is a lifelong Milwaukee fan, and he's not about to switch allegiance. But right now, he's enjoying his somewhat distant relationship with the Cleveland Indians. John Hoyleman, Focus 4 tonight.
The motion picture Major League. Watch the Channel 4 crew call on News 4 Milwaukee at 6, only on Channel 4.
The movie Major League has been filming at County Stadium, giving thousands of people here a shot at appearing in a Hollywood movie as an extra. Well, tonight is the last night that the crew is out at County Stadium, and as News 4 Tonight's Juliet Peters reports, filmmakers say the city gets 4 stars for its cooperation.
It's been a fascination from the beginning. The tryouts for bit parts in Major League brought out hundreds of baseball hopefuls, and the call for fans to sit through long nights of tedious crowd shots attracted even more. This evening, the crowd was not quite as dense, but the curiosity in the process was still high.
It really shows that it's just not a 2-hour movie you're watching at the movie theater or on television. You're watching hours and hours worth of film.
That is the same lesson Menominee Falls resident Mike Walchuk has learned. He's only one of a handful of local folks on the crew.
It's been a long couple of months, you know, just a lot of hours it's put in, and, you know, but definitely I would do it again.
The film stars Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, and Corbin Burnson. It's about a down-and-out team that begins to make good. The producer says Milwaukee did a great job supporting their adopted team.
I think the biggest regret that most of the people in the cast and crew have is that working 6-day weeks and 12 to 15 hours a day, we haven't had as much time to enjoy Milwaukee as we'd like.
The people who come to see the last night of filming here at County Stadium tonight won't go away empty-handed. In fact, they'll get a pack of baseball cards. But these are no ordinary baseball cards. They have the names of the stars and the characters they play on them. Major League people will be in town filming for another week. Juliet Peters, News 4 Tonight, County Stadium.
Is coming back for a special premiere. So those stories, all the news, weather, and sports coming.
It's a home opener, of course, but there will also be opening day, Hollywood style. The movie Major League, filmed in Milwaukee last summer, will premiere in Milwaukee this spring. And in our finishing touch, Kathy Anderson has a sneak preview.
Don't you have any proven Major League talent?
Now, I want to put together a team that'll help us relocate to Miami.
You want us to lose?
We've been losing. What I want is for us to finish dead last.
Hollywood may call this Cleveland Stadium, and the team the Cleveland Indians. But here in Milwaukee, we know better. This is our county stadium. The athletes, actors, Charlie Sheen, Tom Berenger, Corbin Burnson, and Bob Euchre, who were here in Milwaukee last summer to film the baseball comedy.
It's good, it's fun, it's good for the economy, and it's good for Milwaukee.
Local officials announced today the movie will premiere in Milwaukee April 5th with a $100 a person benefit for the Boys and Girls Club and the Next Door Foundation. The movie opens to the public April 7th. The movie brought in almost $4.5 million to the area, helping almost 200 local businesses. But what about the 55,000 unpaid extras who spent hours and hours filming scenes at County Stadium? Do you see anyone you know? Is this proof enthusiasm pays off? This just may be the beginning of a new career for these fans.
That ball wouldn't have been out of a lot of parks.
Name one.
Yellowstone.
Kathy Anderson, News 4.
Hollywood's other home run hitters have put on the cleats and caps for the new movie Major League. It stars Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen, and Corbin Burnson as an unlikely group of ball players. Here's our exclusive movie preview.
Rick, we heard about your pitching out of Portland last year.
I'm not really with them anymore.
Well, we'd still like to take a look at you at our spring camp in Arizona, March the 1st.
Well, I'm not sure I can make it by then.
They're not exactly a coach's dream. In Major League, the Cleveland Indians are a band of bargain basement misfits, and for good reason.
I want to put together a team that'll help us relocate to Miami.
You want us to lose?
We've been losing. What I want is for us to finish dead last.
The manipulative owner brings in washed-up catcher Tom Berenger, who plays better off the field. Charlie Sheen is an ex-con pitcher with control problems, and Corbin Burnson is an infielder who would rather make commercials than play ball.
How do you cut your hair, Rook? Vegematic? The earring's cute, too. Have you got the, matching bracelet?
But don't count these guys out. They want to win.
Every time we win, we peel a section.
Haywood swings and crushes one towards South America.
That ball wouldn't have been out of a lot of parks.
Name one.
Yellowstone.
Major League comes up to bat at theaters nationwide on April the 7th.
Hey, baseball fans, where can you see a Tom Berenger pickoff?
Zipper on your skirt stock.
A Charlie Sheen slider?
What league you been playing in?
California Penal.
A Corbin Burnson double play? And yours truly, Bob Uecker in the booth. Only in Major League, the comedy out of left field that'll blow you right out of the bleachers. So watch out for the opening day of Major League.
Rated R. Starts Friday, April 7th at theaters everywhere.
Make it by then.
It's Wild Thing Vaughn's first season on the outside.
What league you been playing in?
California Penal.
And he's still a little wild. Just a bit outside.
These things make me look ridiculous.
Seeing's the most important thing, son. I don't think it's that important.
Tom Berenger, Charlie Sheen. Major League.
Rated R. Starts Friday, April 7th at theaters everywhere.
Most of us, spring began a few weekends ago, but for baseball fans, the seasons change on Monday when baseball season starts.
Later in the show, we will talk with a few of the more unusual people in the game today. But we began with Hollywood's latest foray into the game of green fields, white lines, and flaky players. The film is called Major League. It opens next Friday, and Charlie Sheen plays a pitcher with a great fastball, a strange haircut, and an unusual problem.
Rick, we heard about your pitching out of Portland last year.
I'm not really with them anymore.
Well, we'd still like to take a look at you at our spring camp in Arizona, March the 1st.
Well, I'm not sure I can make it by then.
Sheen's character, Ricky Vaughn, nicknamed Wild Thing, does get out of jail and gets to play baseball for the Cleveland Indians. His teammates in the comedy include L.A. Law's Corbin Burnson and Sheen's platoon co-star Tom Berenger. And as has become par for the course with baseball movies, a few real ex-baseball players show up, including Mr. I Must Be in the Front Row, Bob Uecker.
Hey, give Rudy a credit for sacrificing his body on that racket. That guy's got a family to think about.
It's not unusual for Charlie Sheen to play characters with an attitude. He's most well known for his role in Wall Street as the ruthless, money-grubbing essence of yuppie greed.
Actor Charlie Sheen rocketed to stardom in the movie Platoon. He's been very busy ever since, in movies like Wall Street, Young Guns, and 8 Men Out. Now Sheen is starring in another baseball movie, Major League, and there's a good reason why the part fits him like a baseball glove. In Major League, Charlie Sheen plays Rick Wild Thing Vaughn, a wrong side of the tracks ex-con who happens to throw a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. The role is a natural for the 23-year-old Sheen, who at one time had ideas about a ball-playing career.
Santa Monica High School, I was a shortstop, short relief man, just always wanted to play. And I just always had dreams of this.
Some scenes of the movie were shot at Milwaukee County Stadium with a live crowd, an unusual experience for actors used to studio work. The scoreboard told the fans when to cheer, but when Charlie Sheen appeared, the group needed no prodding.
It's a rush, you know. It's heavy to have dreamed about this and, you know, have 30,000 people singing Wild Thing as I take the hill.
The film co-stars Tom Berenger and features Bob Uecker and former Los Angeles Dodger catcher Steve Yeager. While Sheen got a good deal of attention from his fans, it's clear that he is one of baseball's biggest fans.
Having gone to hundreds of Dodger games growing up and watching a guy like Yeager do what he did for so long, and now to be working with him, it's heavy. I mean, I'm not taking this lightly. This will not be soon forgotten on my part.
And after showing their baseball stuff on the field, how might the actors fare in the big leagues?
I think Tom might be a little too old, but Charlie's got certainly a good chance.
The movie Major League becomes the designated hitter at theaters around the country on Friday, but today the real major leaguers started to play ball. It's their opening day.